Paradisus Playa del Carmen, an honest review of this kid-friendly all-inclusive resort in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. So what is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I had gone to the Paradisus and I really enjoyed my stay there, but there was a few things that I do feel is worth the mention with this all-inclusive resort in Playa del Carmen. So the actual resort itself, the grounds were absolutely beautiful, very high end. I loved the contemporary feel around the entire resort and just kind of the entire ambiance of the resort itself. You just really felt like you were within nature. I absolutely loved these little goldfish. And if you guys are traveling with kiddos, even though I am kind of like a big kid, if you go into the convenience store or if you go by the customer service desk, they actually have little fish food for you guys. So your little ones can feed the goldfish safely. And it's just something super fun to do for yourself or for kids. Now, this is the kids side of the Paradisus. So if you do not know, this is a very large resort. And this side here that we are touring today is the kid-friendly side. Then there is another side that is Paradisus La Perla, which is the adults only section. But we are just going to be touring this kids section on this side of the resort. Now, I do want to say that if you are on the Paradisus side, you cannot go over to the La Perla side. But if you are on the La Perla side, you can come on to the Paradisus side. But I absolutely loved the Paradisus side because it was a lot larger than the adults only section. There was so many different pools, different sections of pools. So every single building had their own pool section, which I absolutely loved. And when traveling with the kids, there is this amazing little aqua zone, which is like a miniature water park. You will see this as soon as you enter the gates, so I'm sure the kids will go wild once they see it. It's definitely a great added bonus on the resort when you are traveling with children. And they did have little snacks there. If your child is having a birthday while you're there, they were doing a little party, for the kids while, I was there kind of videoing everything, which was super cute. But even if you don't go to Aqua Zone, the main pool itself does have super cute features for the kids, like a little pirate ship, that has its own water slide. So there's definitely a bunch of stuff that the kids can do that, is outside of the aqua zone where you guys don't have to go too far from where your room is and you can stay still in the main pool area, as well as just some other stuff that's obviously going to be fun for the kids, like popsicles, ice cream, desserts. The gelatos here were absolutely amazing. And I do want to say that the Paradisus did have really, really good food. I felt that all of the quality of food was absolutely just really good, really great quality. I thoroughly enjoyed it for sure. After going to over 20 different resorts, and kind of being a little bit of a food snob, I can definitely tell the difference between a higher end 4 to 5 star resort, the quality of their food, and then the quality of lower star resorts. And I did feel that everything that I ate here at the Paradisus was definitely great quality, super tasty food. The one thing that I will say for myself that kind of fell short at the Paradisus was their actual main buffet area. Now they did have separate restaurants. Those restaurants were absolutely great, but the buffet itself, when I go to an all-inclusive resort and such a big resort, I expect the buffet to be very grand, very large, have a huge array of different things, international cuisines, different types of dishes. And I just felt like the buffet itself, yes, the food quality was good, but it was very small. And again, just kind of fell short to my expectations of, a buffet at a 4 and 5 star resort. So that definitely was kind of the only negative thing and feedback that I want to say about the food. And it's just an honest review, guys. With my experience being and going to so many different resorts throughout Cancun and Mexico, Playa del Carmen, and just the Caribbean itself. But again, the food quality was there. Now, I do want to also let you guys know about the specialty dining, because this is something that I do get a lot of questions on, because obviously, especially with the Paradisus, since the buffet was so small, you guys want to make sure that you are going to be getting into the specialty restaurants, because you are going to want to switch it up during your stay. Now, the thing with the specialty restaurants that I ended up kind of coming into a little bit of a roadblock, I guess you can say, is I wasn't able to get in touch with anybody before my stay to be able to book for the specialty restaurant, which a lot of resorts will let you do. So right then and there, I kind of was like, I don't know if that's a good sign or not, but I always like to book before I go to any resort. And then once I got there, by the time I got there, everything was mostly booked up. So unfortunately, I did end up having to just kind of take what was left, and I didn't really go to some of the restaurants that I really wanted to try. But you are able to just find, right by the customer service desk to go make your reservations. It's not difficult to find. It's just more difficult to get into the places that you want to get into. But as you can see, the rooms itself, now I did have a swim out suite, guys, so not every room is going to look like this, just so you do understand. But the suite itself and the swim out was definitely worth the upgrade. It was, absolutely beautiful. Everything was so clean. Even the snacks and the waters and everything else that they had put into the room in the suite was absolutely amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed the jacuzzi on the balcony. And the one thing is that these pools actually do connect to the main pool. I had gone to other resorts where I had gotten swim out suites, and I would go swim out and I would try to go swim to the main pool, and I wasn't able to. It was just a small pool in front of the rooms, which this one, at least you can swim all the way around and you will make it to the other sides of the main pool. So I did like that for sure, just so you are aware. That actually is a question that I do get a lot. And before I had stayed at my last resort where it wasn't connected, I thought, why wouldn't it be connected? These viewers really have some great questions. But now after I stayed at the last resort I went to, I understand why. But needless to say, it does, and I absolutely enjoyed my upgrade for sure. You were able to just kind of swim into your room, swim out of your room, and just kind of be in the entire area itself. Now, the one thing I do want to say that I know that it really fell short was the entertainment, guys, and especially if you have little ones. Normally, all resorts have their own separate theater section, and unfortunately, here in Paradisus, they did not. So there was just a little entertainment kind of in the main lobby area, and that was it. So I really hope that you enjoyed this review. If you have any questions, comment down below. Until next time, guys.